Happy Saturday, beloveds. I hope everyone has had a great week so far. I hope that you're enjoying your weekend. Um, as Mother's Day has arrived, I feel like it came so fast. I felt a little blindsided by it actually, just because I was like, Mother's Day is coming. Um, but that's okay. That's great. Um, but speaking of Mother's Day, um, I wanted to dive in a little bit in regards to sending love just to everyone who, number one, all the moms, all of the mothers, grandmothers, aunt, nieces, all of you all who are moms and whatever other titles and hats you may wear. Just sending love and light to all of you. I want to also send love to all of the mothers who don't have their mom, who if their mom is no longer with us, but also if your mom is with us but you guys have an emotional turmoil or detachment from each other right now. Just sending a lot of love to you all as well. Some people say like you should rekindle and reconcile certain situations and relationships with people. My opinion of it is, if you don't know like the depths of that relationship, sometimes reconciling can do more harm. And that is not to say that I am not all for reconciling and healing and doing the work that's required, but sometimes if there's a situation such as it's one-sided, like one person is doing all the work and trying to heal the situation, trying to heal past the hurt and the pain that has been presented in the relationship, has taken precedence in that relationship, then how can you ultimately desire a space of healing, in that relationship with that person, if both people aren't working, together simultaneously to, get to a place of healing and love, and just common ground with one another. So I definitely send a lot of love to those relationships. They're tough, they're hard. I myself, Mother's Day typically is not a time of year that I take a lot of joy in, for better words, just because of my relationship with my own mom. But over the years, because I have been doing so much work to heal my childhood traumas, to heal past things that I have personally been through in my childhood and, growing up, I feel like I am in a much better space and place than I was, I will say, even 2 years ago, even 6 months ago, So I can only speak for myself and for those who actually are on the healing journey, who understand how it works, who understand how it's really a huge process, and it's an everyday process, and that it's a lifelong process, but every day it will get better and it becomes easier, honestly. Doing the work, it's worth it. It's necessary, but it's worth it in the end, when you have bigger goals in place. And so if this is what you really truly want, then I feel, in my opinion, that you're going to do everything that it takes so that you can get to that place, not only with yourself, because that's the most important relationship and that's priority as to who you're doing it for ultimately, is yourself, but you're you'll finally get to a place with that person. You know what I mean? Like, you'll finally get to a place with that person, where you show up differently, despite or no matter how they show up. Despite or no matter if they're actually doing the work on their end or not. Like, you'll show up differently, and that ultimately will allow the interaction in the space that you two share, in moments where you do interact, it'll feel different. It'll look different. Because you won't be so on edge, anxious, coming from a place of anger and frustration and pain and hurt and short fuse. Like, it will just look a lot different when one of you or both of you have done the work or some work to get to a better place. So I'm definitely sending a lot of love to all of those who are grieving the loss of their mothers this Mother's Day. Um, it's hard, it's tough. Um, Grieving in any aspect is hard and tough, and another very long process, another lifelong process. It gets easier, it gets better, but there's sometimes there will be a moment where something might remind you of your mother, or a song, or a scent, or someone could say something that reminds you of them. You could hear something, you could be driving and come across something, like anything. It could be anything. A memory, just a memory in your mind. You could do something that might remind you, like, oh, mama used to do that, or, grandmama used to do that. So, and your mother doesn't have to be um, a mother that actually birthed you. Your mother could be your grandmother. Your mother could be an auntie. Your mother could be a sister. Your mother could be a woman in your life who took you in. It could be your stepmother. You know what I mean? Like, it could be so many different aspects of what a mom is in your particular life, in your circumstance, in your situation. And I am just sending so much love to all of you who are grieving your mothers in any capacity, whether that be physically or emotionally. And I am praying for you. I am hoping that you are able to get through this weekend a little bit better than last year, or a little bit better than last month. Um, and for all of those who are recently grieving the loss of their mothers, definitely sending a lot of love and prayers and comfort and strength to you all. Hope you all have a great weekend. I hope that this message uplifts and encourages and sends some love and comfort and reassurance and validation to your emotions and your feelings, that you have a right, and your feelings are true and they're real, and don't let anyone tell you that you don't need to feel what you feel, or that you should feel otherwise. Your feelings are what they are. And I pray that you go through the process and feel everything that you need to feel. My favorite saying when it comes to pain, trauma, and healing in general is that you have to feel it to heal it. God bless you guys. Take care and have a great weekend.